Hey guys, Chris here from the Sonic Spectrum. What if I told you that for $239 US or around 399 Canadian, you can grab a battery-powered all-in-one speaker that actually makes sense for real-world use and even afford a second one for true stereo? Today, I'm testing the Behringer B1C and I will tell you exactly who this speaker is for and who it's not for and why I was honestly surprised, both good and not so good. So no long intros here. Let's jump right into what you came for. Yes, I'm capturing a sound test using my new Shure MV88 microphone. Let's get right into that now. Okay, we're here doing a speech test with a microphone plugged directly into the back using the Mackie EM89D. It's actually a microphone I recently reviewed. Amazing microphone at the price. Check it out, it's on my channel. So we are running this right now about on the mic volume, 90%, 88% on the volume. So we have a little bit more to go. We're treble halfway. And the bass, I actually rolled the bass down to 8 o'clock. I rolled it back a lot because I have a bassy voice and I don't want it to be all rumble for you guys. So just so you see what I'm talking about, if I put the bass halfway, testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2, to me, that's bassy. So I'm just rolling it back a bit, but it's got more bass than I'm recording. I want to talk about the reverb a little bit too. I'm just going to show you the reverb. Again, not my favorite, but I want you to hear it. So this is dry, halfway, test 1, 2, 1, test 1. That was halfway, and this is now 70% reverb. Test 1, 2, test. Okay. I like to show the reverb because when I was looking at reviews on YouTube and I wanted to know what the reverb sounded from the speaker, if it's included, I couldn't find anybody testing reverb. So that's why I make sure I test the reverb for you guys. Because if it ain't going to work for you, I just saved you guys time and money and hassle. Right? Right? Okay. So this has been the spoken word for the Behringer B1C. Let's play some quick music and see how it handles playback music wireless from my laptop.
Holding fire in her hands, she starts to dance. Oh, mystical.
All right, now that you've actually heard it, let me give you some quick context. I have been eyeing the Behringer B1C and the B1X compact for a while now, and I really wanted to hear how these compact battery PA speakers perform in real life, not just in promo videos. I went ahead and bought myself the B1C, used it a few times now, and thought I would do a video and share my thoughts. This is a compact battery-powered all-in-one speaker that is built to be a true grab-and-go, with a built-in mixer, Bluetooth streaming, built-in reverb, an internal lithium battery, and a small portable cabinet. You can use it on the floor, on a stand, in so many ways. Okay, let's check the back mixer and see what is included with this speaker. Okay, let's see what's going on back here with the built-in mixer. Starting at the bottom, obviously we've got our plug, we've got our rocker switch, which when you flip it on, you can see we're running on AC battery power right now. Okay, moving on up, we have input A, input B, and input C is your Bluetooth control right here. Starting at the top, input A, we've got a combo jack, 1/4 inch or XLR, bass, treble, volume, and reverb. Then for B, bass, treble, volume, reverb. You have a clip light. And then you also here, you can pair this Bluetooth, and you also have the stereo pairing button, TWS. You have an auxiliary in, if you want to connect this to a tablet or laptop, dedicated volume, and of course a line out if you want to connect it to another speaker or another one of these. Do note that there is no bass and treble volume for your Bluetooth. You can definitely see where some of the cost cutting has come in through the mixer. Like I said, the fact that we don't have the bass and treble, and there's no app control with this one. The B1X does have more control through the app. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you are looking for a lot more customizability here, then you definitely want to go with the B1X version, not the B1C. The Behringer B1C portable PA speaker provides up to 6 hours of continuous playtime on a single battery charge, but can be used plugged in as well. Now, let me walk you through some important specs, because that helps explain what you heard in the sound test. Inside, we've got 200 watt Class D amplifier powering a 6.5-inch long excursion woofer and a 1-inch tweeter dome, with frequency response rated around 60 Hz to 20 kHz, with a max SPL of 106 dB at 1 meter. As soon as your signal goes in, the built-in DSP handles EQ, crossover compression, reverb, and amplifier management automatically, which is great if you just want things to work without digging through menus and menus. It also has built-in protection for short circuit, open circuit, and thermal issues. Bluetooth 5.3 for wireless playback, with up to 30 meters in Bluetooth range. Ideal, right? For most situations. It's also got wireless pairing, so if you want to, wirelessly pair two of them, you can do that. Build quality also surprised me. The cabinet feels solid, the handle is comfortable, and nothing feels flimsy, especially when you remember there is a battery inside this thing. For moving around the house, taking it to small events, or doing some quick setups, it's very easy to live with. Now, here is the important reality check. This is not a loud PA speaker. There's a limit light in the back, and you will see it remind you pretty quick that this speaker has a ceiling. But that's not a bad thing if you use it in the right space for the right job. It sounds clean and controlled, even when the limit light occasionally flashes. If you try to push it like a full-size PA, it will politely look at you and say, "Chris, we talked about this." One area I was slightly disappointed, if I'm being honest, is the built-in reverb. It works, it's usable, but it's very basic and not my favorite sounding. Sorry, Behringer. The good news is, if you use your own external mixer, or maybe you're hooking up a karaoke system that already has reverb or echo, then this becomes a complete non-issue. You just treat the B1C as your speaker and ignore the internal effects. And let's talk about weight for a moment. This is hovering around that 17 pounds, which I would say is about average for the category. I mean, we have the Alto Busker on the 11-12 pounds, but then we have something like the JBL and the Eversate on the 18-ish close to, so it's kind of on the higher, mid-higher side of weight, which, to be honest, anything in this category between 15 and 18, 19 pounds, what do we expect, right? There has to be a certain type of design, quality, and you have an amp and speaker in here, so we can only make it so light, folks. I actually appreciate the weight. It makes it feel like something substantial, but yet it's very manageable for most people. All of that lines up with what this speaker is really designed for. It's meant for people who want simple, fast, and flexible setups. Think acoustic player in a small coffee shop, small rehearsals, home music rooms, backyard hangouts, karaoke setups at home, or small gatherings around maybe 10 to 40 people, depending on the music. Not a wedding hall, not a DJ trying to shake the street, not a full band with a drummer who thinks dynamics are optional. And before we even talk about value, we have to talk about the look for a second. I had to say this, because first thing I noticed when I pulled this thing out of the box is how close the exterior design is to the original Bose S1 Pro that came out in 2018. The shape, the layout, the size, the whole vibe. I mean, I'm not saying anything spicy here. I'm just saying, if you know, you know. But here's where the story changes. Price at $239 US and $399 Canadian. This is very attractive price point for a battery-powered all-in-one speaker. And it actually makes sense buying, say, a pair for stereo. Realistic for a lot of people out there. So, the big question, who is this speaker actually for? If you're on a budget and you need an all-in-one battery-powered PA speaker for small rooms, home use, acoustic jams, simple vocal and instrument setups, or small gatherings, like I said earlier, 20, 30 people or so, This absolutely gets the job done. The value proposition is real. The build quality is actually impressive for the price. And all in all, the design is pretty convenient and it's simple and to the point. And that's what this was designed for, to be functional, but yet achievable for its price point so people can actually afford it. Because I know how expensive these battery all-in-one PA speakers can get, guys. I've been following the market and just it's getting expensive. I completely hear you. And that's why I wanted to buy this with my own money, to show that there are options out there that you don't have to break the bank to afford. My final thoughts are simple. For the money, the feature set, the portability, and the fact that it runs on battery, this is genuinely impressive. The sound is clean within the limits, the build quality is better than expected, and the reverb is not amazing, but not a deal breaker. And yes, at this price point, the idea of running 2 of these stereo is very tempting. I'm planning some more videos with this and comparisons coming soon. So if you want more real-world gear reviews and speaker talk like we do, make sure you subscribe, drop a like, and comment below. What did you think of the Behringer B1C we tested today? I'd love to hear your thoughts and your experience. I'm Chris from the Sonic Spectrum, and I will see you in the next one.